All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about music and culture and medical stuff and all of that and Satanism all rolled into one video. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting video. So buckle in. And of course, doing it in real time for a few real people out here just like you and just like me. All right, so going to try to do some screen sharing here, which I'm not so good at, but I'm going to do it anyway because we need some context here for what's going on. So this is what the headline read, and this, of course, lent me down a rabbit trail. Brujeria frontman Juan Brujo passed away at age 61. Cause of death revealed. Okay, that's Brujo, who used to be the frontman for Brujeria. He was a co-founder of the band. His real name, I guess, is John Leppi, also known as Juan Brujo. It is with deep sadness we have to announce that our leader, Juan Brujo, has passed away today, the band said in their statement on Instagram. Juan suffered a heart attack on early Monday morning after a day off from the current Mexorcista tour. Now, if you notice, the root word here is exorcist. All right. So I'm going to talk about how dark and satanic this band, Brujeria, was. I don't know if they're going to continue. He was rushed to the hospital in Wheeling, West Virginia by emergency services. But despite the medical team's greatest efforts, he died this morning. His family, friends, and bandmates are devastated and wish to mourn in private while they appreciate the fans' love and support. Love. You can feel the love in the room. Brujo started Brujeria back in 1989. So this band has been around for a while. The band initially hid their identities with masks. So they were masking before it was cool, using aliases and portraying themselves as drug lords. All right, that's just the tip of the iceberg here, folks. I'm not going to go into their first album, their last album, interviews. We would go into the backyard of someone's house and basically play shows for Mexicans because we wanted to start a band that did all this satanic stuff in Spanish, basically. That's what that boils down to. What's kind of interesting is this is the second heart attack or heart problem related death for this band since July 17th. Vocalist Ciriaco Pinche Peach Quezada. I'm trying, folks. I'm failing, but I'm trying. I know I'm butchering. He passed away on July 17th from heart problems. The band's North American again, the key word here, it's like exorcist in this Mexorcita tour, was set to end in Los Angeles on September 27th. So I don't know if the tour got canceled, the rest of the tour, but there is Juan Brujo. All right. So against my, better judgment, I went over to Wikipedia to look into this because this is interesting. So this is, again, someone can enter this in, and I don't know if it's accurate, but it says here, they're an American extreme metal band from Los Angeles, founded in 1989, which concurs with the other article. The band has Spanish lyrics with topics such as Satanism, anti-Christianity, sex, immigration, narcotics smuggling, and politics. They portray Mexican imagery with several members being Hispanic and Latino, while the band name stands for Brujeria, which is Spanish for witchcraft. Okay. Well, so this has been kind of normalized, this sort of stuff, and it continues. They wanted to create a band in the spirit of grindcore and death metal. Okay, I don't know what grindcore is. That's the first time I've heard that term, honest to goodness. And if I sound naive, then yeah, I am. Okay, there's a song called Demoniaco, which has the word demon in it. So you can pretty much, the root word, you can figure that out. The band was criticized from its inception for its lyrics about drugs, sex, and Satanism. These topics, while the subjects of many other death metal bands, were inspired by the actions of Adolfo Constanzo, a Cuban American born Mexican drug smuggler. All right. So apparently he was a protege of this guy, Paulo Mayombe, a serial killer. Okay. So it really doesn't get a lot better if you read for this band here, because apparently they're literally into Satanism. They're literally into just dumping on all of the good things in the world. And I'm sure they had followers, right? I'm sure this made headlines. And then, of course, they're asking for love and support. What kind of love are you looking for? I mean, maybe this is all a gimmick. Maybe this is all an act, but um, why would you want to tempt God in this way? Seriously. I mean, in the sense that you're just in his face with pure raw evil. You're promoting evil, um, drug lords, drug dealers, all of this stuff. I don't understand what's going on in the world. And the fact that this made headlines on some news sites means that there are enough people that care to know about this stuff. I mean, but go back to the original headline here, it's worded in a way that people were waiting to find out what the cause of death for Juan Brujo was, and that a lot of people know who this band is. And I've never heard of them. And I'm sure there are other bands, but they were touring the country. They're in Wheeling, West Virginia. Wheeling, West Virginia is about as far removed from the culture that they're promoting here. And again, I want to be clear. A lot of Spanish people are the nicest, hardest working. They were basically trying to corrupt all of the culture that comes in from other countries. And a lot of these people are very religious. They believe in God. They have a Catholic background, Catholic upbringing. And so this to me is just, it's a way like, hey, we want to reach a new group for Satan, all these Americans, they've already been covered. Satan's all over the place, but we want to make sure we get all of these Mexicans coming in and make sure that they've been Satanized as well. I don't know, folks. I don't know. But it is kind of strange how two of these guys have mysteriously died from heart attacks. And you could say no cause of death, but a heart attack is a cause of death. But then what caused the heart attack? And we continue to see this. 61. I don't know how old the other guy was in the group, but I'm thinking he was probably around the same age. I don't know. Maybe God's trying to say something here. I don't want to speak for God in that way, because you have to be careful, because a lot of people think God is vindictive and God is angry all the time. And that's not how I see God. But at some point, God, like when the flood happened, God had seen enough, and he can send messages. He can send messages. And if you don't believe in God, you think this is all just foolishness, that God would never make a statement. And it's just a coincidence, Dave. These guys probably were heavy drug users. They probably, and based on the picture that you showed us, this guy was not the pinnacle of health, right? So just move on with it, But in today's culture, when you're promoting this kind of evil to a whole group of people who haven't been corrupted, if God was to speak, and I believe God does speak, he should speak to everyone, actually, in some way. You just don't want to listen to it. That's the key. You don't want to hear what he's got to say. But God might be trying to say something here. And, maybe this band should just stop doing what they're doing, and maybe their lives will get better. Who knows? Anyway, folks, this is what happens when you go down a rabbit trail and you learn things that you didn't know and you're shocked as you're learning them. So I figured I would just share that with you all. Couple of things about this channel. Because I'm a little different, I'm really different. If you can help support the channel, uh, I ask because the algorithm, it doesn't really help me. Some days it's okay, other days it's mind-boggling. Just I don't get it why a video has 800 views with 81,000 or how many subscribers I have. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. Like all 79,000 other people or whatever don't want to watch that video, huh? I mean, you would probably watch that video by mistake if you were subscribed, like, okay, I'm subscribed, got a notification, time to watch the video. So yeah, I am not reaching the number of people I supposedly have as subscribers. So Patreon is a way to help the channel, also to join a conversation, which we have a few patrons, quite a few actually. And then there's Buy Me a Coffee, which has been great. If you want to send a message of support through Buy Me a Coffee, I had someone buy me 10 coffees after the Eric Clapton interview to thank me. That Eric Clapton video is still out there. It's still struggling compared to the last video that I did with Eric, the last interview, but it's doing okay. So I'm getting a few folks, mostly from the UK, who are saying thanks. But if you'd like to support the channel, you believe in free speech, you believe in alternative, not only alternative media, but alternative takes on things, and not the same stuff, because I'm a little bit all over the place. Some people like that and other people hate it. If you like those things, though, and you want to support the channel, again, 3 ways: Patreon, YouTube memberships, and Buy Me a Coffee. Anyway, folks, best thing to do to shield yourself from the evil in the world is to stay in God's word and to pray and to praise. Those 3 things I think are very effective, because Satan is running around like a roaring lion seeking people to devour. And he's having a lot of success in these very dark and apparently last days. So thanks for watching. God bless. And seriously, God bless you, and see you later.